Hello YouTube. Thank you so much for watching our last video, and thanks for watching the video that we're uploading right now. And our topic is, how do you know that you have a good friend? How do you know you have a good friend, Jasmine?
I would say from experience, I have had horrible friends in the past. Horrible. And I think that I have learned and truly valued the few friends that I do have now. Um, and of course, you say you still have a number. I'm still learning currently to this day that some people that I'm currently calling friends are not friends. Your friends are not negative. Your friends are not disrespectful to other people. Your friends are not disrespectful to you. Your friends are someone who actually encourages you, love you, and really is there for you until the end of time. So to me, a friend is someone who really takes time to get to know you, takes time to love you, and takes time to pretty much see you for who you are.
Hmm. And sometimes, I mean, people have to learn how to be a friend to themselves first before they go ahead and be like befriend all these other people, because that can ruin friendship already and from the jump. You know what I mean? So what?
Stop somebody.
Oh, uh-oh. So that was just one little way that I know for sure is a one little hint. But other than that, I feel as though a good friend is definitely somebody that can not baby you, of course. I mean, give you a backbone, like tell you what it is from the jump. Just be truthful, be straightforward with everything. Just open and honest with each other. Like that's a friendship. I mean, you ain't gotta tell all your secrets to them if you don't want to. I mean, you some things you just keep private, but it's just like if you feel comfortable with that person enough to know that they're not gonna go and run and tell the whole block, then hey, you got yourself a good friend. And it goes more than just hearsay. It goes deep into, okay, is it one-sided? Am I only gonna be here for you, or are you here for me as just as much? Are we really in this together? Like, are you really my friend? Are you proud of me, or are you just saying that and you not? You know what I mean? Like, so it goes into a whole lot of details, but
And it sucks that, a lot of people don't know that when you are friends or when you have friends, that even though you may love somebody or you know them forever, it's a scripture that says that where God is trying to take you, everybody cannot go with you. So currently in my state as I am now, I'm still weaving out people that's in my life and that I don't want in my life. I'm still figuring out who's a true friend and who isn't. And currently I'm at this point to where I don't want to say the number of true friends that I have because it'll give an indicator of X, Y, and Z. But from my opinion, I'm seeing who my true friends are. And it's not just about who's supporting me or who's there for me. That's important, but it's actually someone who I can count on. So someone who can hold me accountable for my decisions. Someone who is like me in a sense to where we're sitting around and we can bounce off each other. I remember when me and Whitney graduated in May, and I remember before we left, we went to go get our graduation gifts from our advisor. Me, Whitney, and one of our other friends, we were all sitting there, and my advisor was analyzing us, and she was like, I see why you all are friends. You guys are bouncing off of each other. The roles switch. Responsibility, bad, goofy. It just switched.
I'm sure I was a goofy one.
But it switched.
Yeah.
She went from goofy to be responsibility. She went from responsibility to bad. We all had some type of role in it. And to me, my friends, they're family now. So, and in my opinion, it's where you can learn from those bad experiences of those bad friends that you had in your past, and to where you can become a strong person and to say, I don't have to be your friend. And if someone takes it as a bad way, then that's on them. You can't control how somebody reacts to what you give them, but what you can do, you can definitely control how you react to the information that someone gives you or how a friend treats you. So you have to learn how to be better for yourself and those around you. So to me, a friend, it really starts with yourself. Because if you can't be a friend to yourself first, then you can't be a friend to anybody else. That may sound loopy. Like, how can you be a friend of yourself? It starts by caring for yourself, loving yourself, treating somebody like you want to be treated. So you start with that yourself. You learn that respect and that value within yourself. And then from there, I think that you can find a friend. But most importantly, I don't care what nobody says. A lot of these videos going to have Jesus in anyway. Spiritual base, Jesus is the best friend ever. Never flip up, never change on you. He's the same every second of the day. So that's, if you don't have nobody, you better find a friend in Jesus. I know y'all know the old hymn. I'm not gonna go to church on you, but go ahead, Whitney. I'm sorry.
No, it's just something you said kind of sparked up. So it was more. Wait, what did you say? I cannot remember. You said something. I was gonna piggyback off of it about. Oh, you said something, but then this kind of made me think. All right. So when you tell a friend or whoever it is that that friends respect boundaries. That's what I'm trying to say. So if they know what buttons to push, why would they push them?
Ooh, she's speak.
You
I
know,
will be watching this video.
Me too. And I'm just saying, like, why would you push them? You sit up there and you tell them out of sincerity, hey, you need to stop.
Exactly.
And especially if you've known somebody for as long as you've known them,
exactly,
you wouldn't expect them to disrespect your wishes. Especially when you ask. You didn't just tell them, you didn't go off on them, you just simply, hey man, look, back up off of that. Like that ain't cool. Friends respect boundaries. If you find yourself in a situation where you think, oh, this is where you mess up. If you think for 1 second that you ought to let that person go, let them go. That thought ain't come up to you for no reason. Because let me tell you something. You start to spend time with that person just because you've been friends for so long, and you're like, okay, this is hitting all the good like parts of our friendship. This is the climax parts of our friendship, the best like parts that brings out the best in us. But then at the end of the day, you ask yourself, you see more negativity than you did the good. Like if the bad outweighed the good out of that time y'all spent together, then what are you doing? Stop trying to please them, because that's all you're doing. If you sticking around with them, that's literally all you're doing is trying to please them. You're not trying to hurt their feelings, especially since, oh, you had already told them the truth. Now you saying I can't control what they do. They grown. They can control what they do. They are grown. Yes, you are correct. But you can't control what they do. All you can do is speak out of respect, especially since if they're your friend, they ought to respect that. But obviously, they don't.
Preach, girl.
So I don't know where that came from.
It came from because we're going through it now,
but
and we have went through it.
Yeah.
This is like a lot of the stuff that we do on these videos. Not only is it real life for, I'm sorry to cut you off. Not only is it real life for us, it's helping us get through venting different things as well. Because a lot of times, if I don't know how to say something to somebody, I'm happy we're doing these videos because I'm learning how to express it in the sense of doing these videos, and then I'm able to go to that person. If God is telling me to cut somebody off, I have never had to explain myself to anybody or cut anybody off because of I go back to scripture. And then if I go back to scripture, I'm like, this is why I'm going to cut you off, and this is it. If I feel a need to explain it, I will. But if I don't have to. And currently in my state, I just recently cut somebody off. I'm sure they don't know. But that's where I am in my life right now. Because if I see that you're being negative, you're being rude to not only your friends, but everybody around you, I don't like that. I'm at this place in my life to where we're changing, we're transforming, we're having growth here. And if we're all not on that same page, you can't go with me. You can't ride on my coattail. I can't get you to heaven, and I can't take you nowhere with me.
That riding on the coattail.
And I'm currently at this point to where the solid friends that I do have, those are the ones that I'm speaking to. Those are the ones that I'm talking to. Even people who are there at a far distance. That's sad that person who's there at a far distance is more better than a friend who has been here for years. Mm-hmm. And not only that, I thought I was going to start new friendships with some people, but I learned that I'm not going to do that because with certain people, it's because when I decided to make a new transition career-wise, they were negative. They were rude, they were disrespectful, and they to me, what I thought in my head was, how they gonna discourage you? Like, anytime I went to my true friends and I was telling them about my thoughts on this job and stuff like that, they were like, girl,
It's
shut
perfect
up.
for you.
They were like, what are you talking about? This is perfect for you. It wasn't discouraging like, well, I don't want to do this job, different like that. It was just me, to me in my mind, it was just me trying to talk myself out to growing and doing better for myself. And doing that would have definitely led me to be miserable and be where I was. I feel like the certain people at that certain state were just trying to get me to stay where they were, to be miserable with them.
And that is not a friend.
And that's horrible. But I'm so happy that I learned. I'm so happy that I'm at this point in my life to where I was able to learn what's a true friend, what's characteristics of a true friend, and what's characteristics of a person who's not a true friend. And I'm sorry, but speaking of characteristics, I just want to throw that in there. Speaking of characteristics of a true friend, you will know them. Each quality of a true friend changes and differs by that person. So I can give my qualities, but they may not be the same as yours. So from my opinion, a true friend, it just depends on your qualification and your requirements of what you think a true friend is. And most importantly, I don't know. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, some people watching this may be that friend that are causing problems. Maybe. I mean, you can't just go around calling everybody else fake if you are the one. I'm sorry, but seriously though, if you find yourself, ask yourself, like, are you truly happy? I mean, at the end of the day, are you truly happy with who you are and what you're doing with your life and where you are with your life? I mean, because if you were, then you wouldn't go around trying to tear people down, just throwing little slugs here and there, even if they asked you not to do that. Or even if they didn't ask you not to do that, probably out of trying to not hurt your feelings, but you don't mind hurting theirs. You know what I mean? Like, it has to be mutual. Especially if you know, like, for some reason, a weak person can spot a strong person from a mile away, and they can try to do everything they can to attack them. So I'm saying, if you are that weak person, you better strengthen up, because that strong person ain't gonna take it for that long, and you never know what'll happen to you. Just saying, you don't know. Friendships ends in all kind of different ways. So.
And weak people are threatened by that, because a lot of weak people and a lot of weak situations and different things, we all have weakness. Don't get me wrong,
yeah,
but sometimes when you portray yourself as something that you are not, and you haven't really adopted who you truly are, your insecurity levels is not that, it's not high, it's not there. So if you have a friend that's trying to help you and better you and help you grow, and that's positive, and for you to turn around and say, nah, just go in and do different things like that, that hinders that person. And so your friendship or who you are to them becomes a threat in their life, and to where this person thinks is your friend is actually an enemy. And I've had enough snakes in my garden. I don't want to keep any there willingly. And to me, if you support such behavior, if you offend such behavior, maybe you're guilty by association, because you are who you hang around with. And I don't care what nobody says. It's scriptures on that.
Misery loves company.
It's
Don't
scriptures
it say
on that.
Bad company corrupts good morals.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And at this point, I can love people from a distance.
Mm-hmm.
I can respect you from a distance. And if you cut somebody off, you ain't gotta tell them. If you don't feel, if God didn't place it on your heart to explain yourself to them, you don't have to. I'm not saying I'm just cold, heartless, different things like that. Some people may believe that. That's okay. But a lot of people don't see that change in me. A lot of people don't want to see that change in me. A lot of people don't want this. They don't want to believe that I have gotten better. I am a better person. And I think those are not friends. Those are not supporters. So just take your time before you call somebody your friend.
Please do.
Take your time before you say, oh, that's my best friend, different things like that. Take your time. Get to know that person. Grow with them.
And if your friendship simply is over, it's just over. Like, it don't mean that somebody just bashing you all the way.
Yeah.
Sometimes the season of your friendship is just simply, okay, it's time to part ways. You never know why. Anything could happen. It's just, you fall off. It happens.
Yeah, friends.
Oh, and then when she said riding that coattail, that just sparked a flame in me.
I saw it.
Don't please.
Help it, Lord.
Nothing. We just gonna keep it moving.
Yes, no shade, not today. But I thank those people who are truly my friends, and I really do thank God for really showing me what true friendship is, and not just in man, but in Him, um, and even in family. You know, family is difficult, but if
But
you,
blood is thicker than
yeah,
water.
sometimes, but you know, just very grateful. Just I'm grateful. If this was a couple years ago, some of these people that are still I call friends now, they still been around. But if this was high school, it would have been a totally different thing.
Yeah,
Totally different thing.
I can second that.
Totally different thing. But with time, with patience, with growth, with prayer, and with consistency from great people in your life, I believe that you can find some great friends, and you will be able to be blessed beyond measures. I don't know what else.
All I can say is, if you are that friend, that person that's bringing the snake misery into the friendship, stop doing that.
Mm-hmm.
It's no use to being envious of anybody, or no use of being that. You know what I mean? Like, misery loves company. It's no use to doing that to somebody, tearing them down because you aren't truly happy, or you just find joy in that for some reason. Or if you have a friend like that, or you just questioning your friendship, either talk it out. Well, talking it out is always good, because if you don't have communication, then what's the point of y'all being friends?
But I'm sorry, I cut you off real quick. How if you have talked this out with these people
Exactly.
numerous years, every year of your friendship, and they still haven't got it, then stop wasting your breath, your time, and your energy.
Some people just don't get it. Like, simply just really, they might lead you to believe that they got it.
But they still
They
treating
really
you
do.
like crap.
Like, nothing changed. Really, bro?
I don't know. Prayer is all I could say for that. I don't know.
Thank you, Jesus. You are a rock in a weary land.
Well, y'all, thank you for watching. If we post this, you have a good one.
Thank you. Have a good night.